Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Jalen Hurts and the Atlanta Falcons versus Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. San Francisco ready for their first drive of the game on offense. And in his 9th season in the league, 6 with the 49ers, it's Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw going to be caught by Davis. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
In 2021, Corey Davis made the move from the Tennessee Titans to the New York Jets. But injuries limited him to only 9 games. When healthy, though, he had begun to show the promise that made him a top 5 pick by the Titans. A promising rep there, getting a first down.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. They'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And this is off target to the left, didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Atlanta now coming out on the field. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened.
In a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard, and the Niners will take over possession here up at the 44.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor. This defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year...
And he clears one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
7 yards there and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
Yeah.
The play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Oh my
Close throw taken in by Sutton. Finding space at the 40. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down. Over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down.
Oh.
This is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. A nice play design there when the touch pass looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down. The Falcons in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
They'll run the option on third and short yardage. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go play action with Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins.
Oh, come on.
It's incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hurts. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second and 5 now. Hurts. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And the Falcons are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run with Chubb. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Nick Chubb, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still second quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. Now Garoppolo. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Garoppolo again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Blankenship's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We begin with the defending AFC champ, Cincinnati, as they travel down to the Bayou to take on New Orleans. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. The Saints locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns thus far. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucs. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Play action. Here's Hurts. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing is Hurts. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
Come on, put it up.
Up by 1, Thornhill.
Your feet sit in the pocket and everything, bruh.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner first. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. And he is going to lose yardage here. 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
They turn to Taylor. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. To throw is Garoppolo.
Come on, bro.
But it's incomplete.
I thought that was a complete
I said the blitz.
until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself, because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Hurts to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Come on, bro.
Look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former.
Get his ass, big boy. That nigga big as fuck.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the 44, Garoppolo over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And Davis has it over the middle. And the 49ers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. I might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. They're going to try and run for it, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chitty on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
63 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. here's Chubb.
Come on, bro.
This is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They're going on fourth down with Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead.
All right, I prefer that.
Up and through, and the lead is up to 5. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down by 5. A minute 38 to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete.
Come on.
Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? He's back to throw. Caught by Wilson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. And he's got it.
What did we say to the God of Death?
And they have taken the lead
Not today.
in the final seconds.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the...
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Atlanta, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the loss here will move them back to...
Anyway.
From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 7.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Cincinnati's offense takes the field, and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Now they go play action now. Burrow. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Caught on the right side.
Oh, you played these niggas too?
Down here just shy of the 30.
They must have been the one I missed.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And he's going to have the Bengals first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Officially, it's a 1 yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
This one swung out here to Jones.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is
Come on, bro.
He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Slay, you out here getting done up by Duvernay? Come on, bro.
And that makes the score 7-0. Now it's
I don't even believe that.
the uprights to kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time.
Leading them out, the third-year player from Oklahoma by way of Alabama, Jalen Hurts.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Hurts throw into the hands of Pickens. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. He's got Watkins on the out route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. The Falcons at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42. A run for Nick Chubb. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second quarter now, Falcon football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. Here's a diving catch right side. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself to the point where he's going to get a second here.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Going right back to Wilson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out. He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Has a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it. Hurts.
And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Chubb. Touchdown, Falcons.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive.
And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. And you think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your 2 current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game.
Burrow's throw complete here to Komet.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On 2nd and inches. Burrow. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And it will be Falcon football.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. Those are his numbers through roughly the 1st half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, 66 yards.
And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keon Crossan.
There you go, young buck.
Back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
Come on, why this shit going fast? It's supposed to go slow.
They're the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big time impact.
And not want to go slow. That's on bullshit. Man, you a hoe.
Game at a moment's notice.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. That escapes the sack, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Chubb. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. They go play action with Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Ah,
He's
shit.
going to take another shot here.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Chris Watkins, 53 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6.
That drive that really increased their cushion, Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And
Hella
slowly but surely now
concentration.
starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Hurts will throw. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Now it's Burrow. They'll find Williams on the slant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Burrow. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Burrow looking to pass. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To the air again, Burrow. That pass caught. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. An inside give to Jones. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Burrow will throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
Good job.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Here's Chubb on the read option. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Chubb on the read option. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try to pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengals set to take over. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, and in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44, Burrow, open man is Duvernay. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Working with a 2nd and 4. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over.
I know how that happened if I tell niggas to. Yeah, man.
And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Bengals drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not...
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for the Falcons,